is the question from the chapter sequence and series. Easy problem, not easy, but in every lecture note you will see this kind of the problem. Okay, exactly same problem. This is from ratio sheet and lecture notes also exact. Total number of terms in AP are even. Okay, number of terms are even, so we use 2n terms. Okay, we assume that 2n are the number of terms. Sum of odd term is 24. So sum of odd term, first term, third term, fifth term. I assume that total number of terms are 2n. So what will be the last odd term? 2n minus 1. That is equal to 24. Sum of even terms is 30. Okay. So second term, then the fourth term, sixth term, and at last we have 2nth term. That is equal to 30. I assume number of terms equal to 2n so that it always be even. Okay. Now they wrote that last term exceed the first term by 21 by 2. That we use later. First let me subtract both, because you will get some relation. A1 minus A2, that is equal to minus D. A3 minus A4 minus D. A5 minus A6 minus D. And A2n minus 1 minus A2n, that is also minus D. Okay. So can I say that minus D how many times? N times. So minus of ND. And here this is also equal to minus 6. So here we got the one relation, n into d is equal to 6. Keep this relation in mind. Now the next thing is last term exceed the first term by 21 by 2. Last term 2nth term na, a plus 2n minus 1 into d. Last term exceed the first term minus first term equal to 21 by 2. A and A cancel. If we multiply, this is 2nd. 2nd can be replaced by 12. Then minus D equal to 21 by 2. From here we get the value of D. 12 minus 21 by 2, that is equal to 3 by 2. If value of D we put here, 3 by 2. 3 to 6, 2 time cancel, and we got n equal to 4. If n is 4, number of term is 2n, that is equal to 8. So this was the easy problem from the chapter sequence series, and standard also, because in every lecture note you will see this same problem. Okay, next question, again easy problem from the function. They are asking domain, and this one is easy one. Even if you did your exercise 1 problem, also you are going to get the marks. Okay, so what they are asking, domain of this function. So for the domain, this one and this one, both value need to be positive. I am applying the condition. Function need to be defined. 3x plus 10 minus x square need to be greater than 0, and x plus mod x also need to be greater than 0. Acha, x plus mod x, if x is positive, it is going to be x, then we will get 2x greater than 0, it means x greater than 0, satisfying. If x is negative, this will be minus x, this will remain x, and x cancel, total will be 0, and 0 can't be greater than 0. If x will be negative, denominator becomes 0. So this will not define. So can I say, to solve this one, there is only solution, x greater than 0. Okay. Now here, if we take minus common, what we are getting, x square minus 3x and minus 10 less than 0. Then if we factorize, x minus 5 into x plus 2 less than 0, x belongs to minus 2 comma 5. We will take intersection of both. Okay. So here minus 2 to 5 and value need to be positive. So what is the domain you got? 0 comma 5. Really easy problem na? So we got a comma b, that is 0 comma 5. Then what they are asking, 1 plus a whole square plus b square. A is 0, b is 5, 1 plus 0, 1 whole square 1, b square, that is equal to 25, and what we got finally, 26. Okay, I hope you got this question. Okay, next question again. Acha, this next question is easy problem from the trigonometry, that is for sure. And second thing, same kind of the question came in morning shift also. Exactly same kind of the question. Only change was here they give in terms of cosec, and that was in terms of cos. Okay. In same way, interval is also given. So now if I simplify, root 3 cosec square theta, I need to factorize to solve the trigonometric equation. Minus 2 root 3 into cosec theta, then minus minus plus 1 into cosec theta, into 2 also, so 2 cosec theta minus 4 equal to 0. Okay, in these two, root 3 cosec theta common. Then we are getting cosec theta minus 2. Here 2 common, then same cosec theta minus 2 equal to 0. Further cosec theta minus 2 common, and what you will get? Root 3 cosec theta plus 2. So you will get 2 value of cosec theta. Cosec theta, one is 2 and other is minus 2 by root 3. Okay. One is the 2 and other is minus 2 by root 3. If you are familiar with the cosec theta, get the number of solution. If not, then convert in terms of sine. Sine theta is 1 by 2 and minus root 3 by 2. Now they give the interval minus 7 pi by 6 to 4 pi by 3. Okay. So either I can tell you by taking the quadrant or by using the graph of sine theta in the interval minus 7 pi by 6 to 4 pi by 3. But okay. So what we have in positive side, you have 0 to 4 pi by 3. 0 to 4 pi by 3, suppose like till here. And the negative side, we have minus 7 pi by 6. It means like 0 to minus 7 pi by 6. Here what we have? Minus 7 pi by 6, and this is 4 pi by 3. Now first if we talk about the 1 by 2, sine theta equal to 1 by 2, sine theta is positive in the first and second quadrant, and 1 by 2 is at pi by 6. So one solution you will get at pi by 6. One solution you will get here also, that is equal to pi minus pi by 6, 5 pi by 6. In case of positive side, okay, there will not be any solution here. So two solution for this round. And in this case, actually here and here sign is negative, so there is no solution, but this minus 7 pi by 6 itself gives you 1 by 2. So total how many solution we got for 1 by 2? That is 3. Minus root 3 by 2. Now sign is negative in the second and third quadrant. So when we talk about this one solution, here you will not get any solution. One solution you will get at 4 pi by 3 only. Okay. In case of this negative values, minus root 3 by 2, one solution will be in fourth quadrant, one will be in third quadrant. So again 3 solution, 2 for this range and 1 for this range at 4 pi by 3. So 3 solution. So total number of solution, that is equal to 3 plus 3, that is 6. Okay. Now we move to next question. Okay, so next is the find the eccentricity of the ellipse. Now see, just simply again this is the another easy problem, and that is from conic, and many times the student directly leave the conic chapter. So that's why always we suggest in resonance never leave any chapter. At least if you feel difficulty, revise the lecture notes. If you do the lecture note also, you can get easily this marks. And especially generally it is seen that in mains exam, from tough chapters they are giving the easy questions, and from easy they are giving the tough questions last 3-4 years. Okay. So here eccentricity of the ellipse in which the length of minor axis. For the ellipse, suppose this is the ellipse in standard form, that is x square by a square plus y square by b square equal to 1. Length of minor axis, that is equal to 2b, equal to 1/4 of distance between the focus. Here AE comma 0 minus AE comma 0, distance is the 2 AE comma 0, 1/4 of this one. So 2 AE by 4, 1/4 of distance between the both focus. Okay, 2 to cancel. Here I can write B by A equal to E by 4. Now what you want? Eccentricity. So I am going to change this complete equation in terms of eccentricity. Okay, I am taking square on both sides. B square by A square equal to E square by 16. Now to replace b square by a square in terms of E, either use the formula of eccentricity or use the relation between b square, a square and E square. By the way, what was the value of E square? 1 minus b square by a square. So what will be the value of b square by a square? That is 1 minus E square equal to E square by 16. If we write the terms of E square in right, E square plus E square by 16, that is equal to E square by 17. I hope you got the marks easily here. So what is the value of 16 and 17 by 16? Okay, here E square came this side now, so 17 by 16 E square. E square is equal to 16 by 17. So what is the value of eccentricity? root if you take 4 by root 17. Okay, and in this way we got the first option correct. Now coming to next question, okay, limit problem, and see that is also easy. I always suggest now that whenever you have x tending to 0 and if you know the expansion of all the given function, it means you can write all the function in terms of x, always use expansion because expansion gives you easiest way of answer. Okay, so x tending to 0, in denominator we have x power 4. For this one to be non-zero finite, minimum power need to be same in numerator and denominator. So as high as minimum x power 4 in denominator, so in numerator when I use expansion, I will write only till x power 4. Cos 2x, cos x expansion 1 minus x square, it means 2x square by 2 factorial plus 2x power 4 by 4 factorial. Now we will not write any further term because I need till only x power 4. Then next a cos 4x, 1 minus 4x square by 2 factorial plus 4x power 4 by 4 factorial. Okay, again I wrote till x power 4 minus b. Okay, limit of x is tending to 0. Now can I say as in denominator we have x power 4 as the minimum term. Okay, so all the coefficient of the term in numerator lower than x power 4 need to be 0, then only limit can be finite. Okay, it means all the constant term need to be 0, coefficient of x square, x cube must be 0. That is only I am going to use. So first constant term here 1, from here a, and from here minus b, that need to be 0. So we got one equation here, a minus b equal to minus 1. Then next coefficient of x is already means here it means just simply coefficient of x power 2 I am equating with 0. Coefficient of x square, 2 square 4, 4 by 2, that is equal to minus 2, so minus 2. Then here 4 square 16 by 2 8, a will multiply minus 8a. Okay, there is no x square now, equal to 0. From here we got value of a, that is equal to minus 1 by 4. Value of a we will put in this equation, minus 1 by 4, b came this side, and plus 1. Plus 1 minus 1 by 4, what is the value of b we got? That is equal to 3 by 4. Okay, na? Minus 1 by 4 came this side, minus 1 plus 1 by 4 plus minus 3 by 4, and minus minus cancel, b equal to 3 by 4. Acha, by the way, what they are asking? A plus b. They just asking a plus b, it means no need to find limit value also, just simply a plus b we got. So if we add both, what we are getting? 2 by 4, it means 1 by 2. If they ask the limit, then what it is going to be? That is going to be ratio of coefficient of x power 4 in numerator and denominator. Okay, now the next question, dy by dx plus 2y sec square. Okay, here we have linear differential equation. We need value of 12y of pi by 4 minus 1 by e square, f0 equal to 5 by 4. So at last just we need to solve this differential equation. Okay, so first this differential equation, which form it is given? Just simply if you count from variable separation method to till linear differential equation, directly you will match with the linear differential equation. Okay, so this is linear differential equation na? Ha. So first we are writing integration factor, e power integration of p coefficient of y, that is equal to 2 sec square x into dx. And see, for you they are writing directly in required form. It means this is also an easy problem, easy and standard form, and it will not take time also. So integration of sec square x is 10x, so e power 2 10x. Okay, now we got the integration factor, we write the solution formula, that is equal to y dependent variable into ef e power 2 10x. Okay, equal to integration of if into q e power 2 10x into 2 sec square x plus 3 10x into sec square x. Okay, Acha, in right side we can take sec square x common and then we assume 10x st. Let me write directly. tan x equal to t. Then what you are getting? Sec square x into dx equal to dt. Okay, so here tan x is t, e power 2t. Here sec square common, sec square into dx become dt. Here 2 will remain, and this side you have 3t into dt. Now this is exponential into polynomial, so we are going to use integration by part. This is the first function, this is the second function, because in isolate first a come then e come. Okay, so if we use first function 2 plus 3t into integration of second e power 2t by 2 minus differentiation of first, that is equal to 3 integration of second e power 2t by 2 into dt. Now further e power 2t by 2 can be written as again integration e power 2t by 2. That is simple one. Later we put the t again in terms of x. Then here coefficient of integration c will come. For that one f0 is given, we get the value of c, and then later we find the value of y at pi by 4. Okay, so now sir is going to join us.
Okay, hello everyone, right? So I hope you all did good in exam, right? So while whatever we have received the few question of physics, right? So those questions are basically what we have observed. Those are basically straightforward question. Basically you have to apply few basic concept and you will get the result, right? So now let us start the physics questions. We have received nearly 7 to 8 questions at this time, right? So now we'll discuss those 7 to 8 questions over here, right? Okay, so let us start with this question 1. If we are just taking this first question, so this is basically from the unit and dimension, right? It's a basic one. So what they are saying, what is the dimensional formula of 1 by mu naught epsilon naught, where mu naught is permeability and epsilon naught is permittivity of free space, right? Now, so in this one, what we'll do over here, what is c? We all know c is equals to 1 by root over epsilon naught mu naught over here, right? So in this case, if we are doing c square over here, so this is epsilon naught mu naught over here. So simply at the place of dimension of this one, you can write the dimension of c square. So what is the dimension of c over here? Dimension of c is LT minus 1. It's a basically speed, and this is square over here. So you can say this is L2 and this is what? T minus 2 over here, right? So which option is matching with this? The option 2 is matching with this, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next question. Again, this is question from optics. An equilateral prism is made up of a material of refractive index √2, angle of incidence for the minimum deviation of the light ray. So when we are talking about minimum deviation, so we all know simply the I is equals to E over here, right? So let's have an equilateral triangle over here. For this equilateral prism in this one, so this angle is what? 60 degree over here. If we are just taking the things like for minimum deviation, so you know this is the scene we have, right? So in this case you can observe, if this is 60 degree, it's equilateral over here. So this is I and this is equals to what? E. And what is the refractive index over here? Refractive index is √2, sorry. Refractive index is what? √2. If this is 60, this is 60, so this angle is what? 30. So this R is equals to 30 degree. So can we just apply the basic Snell's law at one surface? So let's apply it. Sin I into, what is the refractive index on this one? It's not given, so let's say air is there. So this is 1 is equals to, what is the refractive index is there? √2, and that is R is sin 30 over here. So this is basically the sin I is equals to √2 into sin 30 is what? 1 by 2. So that is equals to 1 by √2. 1 by √2 means you can say the I is equals to 45 degree over here, right? So we can say this is the correct answer we have. Okay. Now let's move on the next one. The moment of inertia, this is from the rigid body dynamics. The moment of inertia of a ring of mass m radius r about an axis passing through tangential point in the plane of a ring, right? So let's have a ring over here. This is the ring we have. Mass of this ring is m, and what's the radius is here? R. So we have to find out the moment of inertia about this axis. So we all know can we say draw a axis which is passing through the center from this ring, right? What is this distance is here? R. We all know what is the moment of inertia of ring about its diameter. This is mr square by 2 over here, right? This is mr square by 2, and what is this r? So can we apply the parallel axis theorem in this one? So when we apply the parallel axis theorem, so this is ICOM, which is mr square by 2 plus m into what is the separation r? So separation is square. So I is equals to, simply you can say it's a 3 by 2 mr square over here. So which option is matching with this? Option 2 is matching with this, right? Okay, now let's move on the next question. A particle moves on a circular path of radius 1 meter. Find its displacement when it moves from AB, right? So it's a very basic question from the circular motion, right? So in this one, what they are saying, particle is starting from this one, moving like A to B, again B to A, and again it is moving from A to B. So when we are considering A to A, so it has completed the one revolution, so displacement is 0, right? Again it is moving from A to B, so can we say this is the displacement we have? So this displacement is equals to what? 2 meter, right? So displacement of the particle is 2 meter we have. So there are two options we have for 2 meter. Now let's see the next thing. In this one again, also its distance or distance as it moves from A to B, B to A, and again B to A. So what we'll do in this one? A to A. Can we say A to A while we are considering A to A? So can we say it will complete the one revolution from A to A, like A to A, again it is coming over here, again A to B, so again it is coming over here, again B to A, so again it is returning over here. So can we say finally it is over here, right? So it is completing 2 revolution over here. For 1 revolution, what is the distance? 2 pi r. R is 1, so you can say simply it's 2 pi, right? So for 2, we'll multiply with the 2. So the distance traveled by particle is 4 pi. So distance traveled by particle is 4 pi, and the displacement is 2 meter in this case, right? Okay. Now let's move on the next one. Let's see. 2 water drops, each of radius of r, coalesce to form a bigger drop if T is the surface tension, surface energy released in this process. So they are saying we have a water droplet. So what we are doing in this one, so 2 water droplet, a small water droplet we have, radius is r, they coalesce and they form a bigger water drop, right? So if they will form a bigger water droplet, so we have to find out the energy released. How we can find out? So in this process, if we are considering this one, so what is the surface energy in this case? Can we say it's a water droplet? So for water droplet, if we are considering, so you can say there is only one free surface, right? So for one free surface, what is the surface energy wave for one drop? It's a T into 4 pi r square over here. But there are 2 drops, so just multiply with the 2, right? For the final one, if we are writing, so for final one, it's T into, this is 4 pi capital R square over here, right? Now in this one, if we are asking what is delta E, so just subtract the initial minus final. I hope you will get it, right? So you can just have a change from here. Now one more thing, we have to find the, in this case we have to find the relation between small r and capital R. So for finding that relation, what we are doing, we are just equating their volume. So 4 by 3 pi r cube of 2 drop is equals to 4 by 3 pi capital R cube for the next bigger drop, right? So from here you will get the relation like capital R equals to 2 to the power 1 by 3, and this is the R we have. So this is relation between capital R and small r. So you can just put the things over here and you will find the delta E, right? So this is the basic straightforward question from the surface tension. Now let's move on the next one. In this case, a disk of mass m and radius 2 meter is hinged keeping axis horizontal if angular acceleration of disk is 2 radian per second square. Then we have to find the moment of inertia. What is the moment of inertia of this one, right? So if we are considering to this one, so you can just imagine this is the hinge point we have, right? So this is hinge point and there is a force is acting of 10 Newton over here. So can we have a torque about this hinge point? Let's say this is O. So what is torque about O? Torque about O is torque of this hinge force is 0. What is torque of this one? This is 10 into R, right? So if this is 10 into R in this case, now in this one, we all know there is a basic relation that tau is equals to what? I alpha. So torque is what? 10 into radius is what? 2 equals to I into alpha. What is alpha they have given? Alpha is 2, 2 will be cancelled out with the 2. So I is equals to 10 kg meter square. This is the moment of inertia we have, right? So which option is correct for us? Option 1 is correct for us, right? Okay. Okay, so it's done. Whatever the question we have received. Now further we'll discuss the physics. Now the Sandhya ma'am will join to us and she will explain few problems of chemistry as well, right? Okay.
Hello everyone, now we will do the questions of the chemistry of this shift. So what we have seen, the paper was moderate level. Now the first question that is going to come is, okay, so this is the first question we have to see, that we have to tell here the correct order of electronegativity in the below element. So what is there that they have given the electronic configuration. So if we see the previous year question, so what will be the answer here, that we know this is the electronic configuration if it is 1s2, 2s2, 2p6, this is of neon, this is of oxygen, this is of nitrogen. Okay. If we see the electronic configuration 1s2, 2s2, 2p3. So this is of nitrogen, this one is of oxygen, this one is of fluorine and this one is of neon. Now which is going to be the most electronegative? So what we know that fluorine is going to be most electronegative in comparison to oxygen and then nitrogen. So what should be the answer, that C should be greater than B, then A and then D. But if we see this scale, that is Pauling unit scale, okay. So here if you see what is the value of the neon here, it is 4.787 and here fluorine is 4.193. So if we see this data, so according to this data, neon electronegativity should be greater than the fluorine and then oxygen and then there will be nitrogen. So from the PYQs that they have asked before, according to that fluorine is maximum, then oxygen, then nitrogen and then neon, okay. But if we see the Pauling scale, this one is going to be the answer. Now let's move to the next question. What it is? That in 3,3-dimethyl hex 1-in-4-ine, the number of sp, sp2, sp3 carbon atoms respectively are. So this question is from basic organic chemistry. What we have to see here? We have to find the hybridization of the carbon here. They have given the IUPAC name of the compound, that is 3,3-dimethyl hex 1-in-4-ine. Means in principal carbon chain, how many carbons are there? There are 6 carbons here. And if we do the numbering, suppose this is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. What they have given? Hex 1-in, means at first position what is there? There is double bond, and at the fourth position there is triple bond, and at the third position there is dimethyl, means at this position one methyl group is there, and at this position also one methyl group is there. Okay. So what we have to tell? We have to tell the hybridization. So if you see, this one is sp2 hybridized, this one is also sp2 hybridized, here it is sp hybridized, this carbon is sp hybridized, and rest 4 carbon, means this 6th one, this one is sp3, this one is also sp3, this one is sp3, and this carbon is also sp3 hybridized. So I have to calculate the number of carbon, that is sp, sp2 and sp3. So how many are sp2? That is 2, and we have 2 sp carbon and we have 4 sp3 carbon. So what is the correct answer? That is 4th one. Now let's see the next. We have to tell here the nature of compound TeO2 and TeH2 is. So what we have to tell, that which one is oxidizing agent and which one is reducing reagent. So if I see TeO2, okay, what is the oxidation state of tellurium here? It is +4, tellurium is going to be +4 here. And we know as we move down the group, inert pair effect is going to be present there. So +2 oxidation state is going to be more stable for the tellurium in comparison to the +4 in this. So what will happen? This tellurium oxide will act as an oxidizing agent. Okay. And here they have asked about TeH2, tellurium hydride. We know that the bond between tellurium and hydrogen is going to be very weak. So what will happen here? That it is going to easily give the H ion and it will act as a reducing agent. So nature of compound TeO2 is oxidizing and TeH2 is going to be reducing in nature. So first option is the correct one. Let's see the next question. What is there? That it is a statement type of question. In session 1 also they have given a lot of question, that is a statement type. Okay. So we have to tell here that which statement is correct one. What is the statement? That melting point of neopentane is greater than N-pentane. What they have mentioned the compound, that is neopentane. So we know how does neopentane looks like. This is neopentane. Okay. And N-pentane means normal pentane, it will have 5 carbon chain here. Now what we know here, that where the melting point is greater, where the crystal lattice is going to be better and packing efficiency is more. So if we see the neopentane and if we see the N-pentane, which is having the better packing efficiency, that is the neopentane. Okay. If you see the structure, this structure is symmetrical. So here the crystal lattice in efficiency is going to be better here in case of the neopentane. So the melting point of neopentane is greater in comparison to the N-pentane. So first statement is the correct one. What is the next statement? That neopentane give only one mono substituted product. So if we do here mono substitution, either you can do substitution at this carbon, either you can do substitution at this carbon or this carbon, you will get the same product. Okay. So the statement second is also correct, that neopentane give only one mono substituted product. Now the next question, that is sodium nitroprusside test is used for the detection of which of the following species in the organic compound. So this question is from the POC. So firstly, which ion is going to detect from the sodium nitroprusside test. Okay. So what do we know? That we need to form the sodium extract. How we are going to form? That I am going to react the sodium with S2 negative, that will result in the formation of Na2S. Okay. Now when this Na2S is going to react with sodium nitroprusside, that is Na2Fe CN taken 5 NO, this will result in the formation of a violet color solution. Okay, what you will get here? You will get here violet color solution. Okay, so this sulfite is going to give the sodium nitroprusside test. So that's all the question for the chemistry. Now Bharat sir will take the charge of the maths.
So, hello student, my name is Bharat. Today we are going to discuss the remaining questions which are left in the mathematics, which came in the second shift exam. So, as we can see, this is one of the questions based on the definite integration, a very simple question. If you already gave the board exam, you know how to solve this type of problem, right? This is based on the property of the definite integration. What the question says that? Question says that I is nothing but minus 2 to 2, I is nothing but the integration value, 9x square upon 1 plus 5 to the power of x dx. I can use the King's property here. I can write replace x with upper quantity plus lower quantity minus x. This will cancel out, basically replace x with minus x, right? If I replace x with minus x, what is going to be happen? Minus 2 to 9, replace x with minus x, it will be same thing, upon 1 plus 5 to the power of minus x. Can I write 1 upon 1 plus 5 to the power of minus x as minus 2 to 2, 9x square, x to the power of 5, 5 to the power of x plus 1 plus 5 to the power of x dx. I just did a reciprocal of 5 to the power x. First term, this is the first equation, this is the second equation. Add both of them. If I add both of them, what will happen? The denominator is going to be same or not? And numerator 9x square common. So I will get 1 plus 5x, which is going to be cancelled out. So can I say that 2I is equal to minus 2 to 2, 9x square dx. 9x square is even function. So integration is minus 2 to 2. I can write as 2I equal to 2 times of 0 to 2, 9x square dx. This 2 cancel out. 9x square integration will be going to be 3x cube, right? 0 to this can I write as 3x cube, 0 to 2. So answer will become as 2 cube 8, 8 into 3, 24. 24 is correct one, so I can say second option is going to be correct. A very simple problem based on the properties of the definite integration. So moving on to the next question, which is based on mean variance of 8 observation. Okay, variance question, mean question, we have to find this thing, right? So what is given? Total are the 8 observations. Mean is nothing but 9. What is mean? Add all the values. So a plus b plus 8 plus 12 plus 10 plus 6 plus 4 plus 15 divided by 8 is going to be 9. That will be 20, 30, 40, 55. A plus b plus 55 equal to 72. So from here I can say a plus b is nothing but 17. I got the value of a plus b, as well as what this is, variance of 8 observation is 9 plus 2, 9.25, right? What is variance formula? Variance formula is nothing but summation of all the observations divided by n minus mean whole square. Variance is given 9.25, summation of all the values divided by 8 minus mean square, that is going to be 81, right? 9 square. All the observation whole square, so a square plus b square plus 64 plus 144 plus 100 plus 36 plus 16 plus 225 minus of 81, right? So that 81 will come here. It is going to be 90.25 multiply 8 is going to be a square plus b square. What is this? 64 plus 36, 100, 100 plus 100, 200, 344 plus 360, 585. That should be 72 2 equal to a square plus b square plus 585. Subtract this, so that will come as a square plus b square is going to be 7 3 1 137. What they asked in the question? Okay, they asked the value of a plus b plus ab. So I can say a plus b is 17. I need a ab value. So can I say that a plus b whole square is nothing but a square plus b square is nothing but a plus b whole square minus 2ab? 137. A plus b whole square, that will be 17 square, 289. 289 minus 2ab equal to 137. From here I can find ab. So can you tell me what is ab? 289 minus 137 will be 2, 5, 152. 152 divided by 2, 76. ab is 76. So a plus b is 17. Answer is 17 plus 76. (93) is the answer. So fourth option is correct. A simple based on the variance question. Mean is given, variance is given. I have to find the value of a plus b and ab. So I can do this particular calculation. So moving on to the next question, which is based on the vector. If two vector a and b is given such that vector a and vector b are given and c and d are related to this particular observation, b cross c is d, I have to find a dot d. D is given b cross c, right? So can I open this? Can I write this thing as a cross b minus c cross b? B cross C is D. So what is C cross B? Minus D. C cross B is minus D. So minus minus plus, I can say A cross B plus D is nothing but this particular value. What they asked in the question? They asked the value of A dot D. So I will multiply A dot on all the sides. So if I multiply A dot on all the sides, I got this thing. Can I say that this is what? A scalar triple product of A cross B. If two terms are same, that term will be 0 or not? So I got the value of A dot D is nothing but A. A is I plus 2j plus 3k and B is given 5i minus 2j plus 3k. If I multiply, I will get a quantity as 5 minus 4 plus 9, which will come as 10. They ask the modulus of this value, so modulus is going to be 10. So a very simple problem based on this vector. You just have to multiply it and everything is there, right? Within the 5 steps, you can get the answer of this question. So moving on to the next question, which is based on the inverse function. y equal to cos of pi by 3 plus cos inverse x by 2. How to solve? I have to find a relation between x, y, right? So I can open the formula. What is cos A plus B formula? Can I say that y equal to cos of A into cos of cos inverse x by 2 minus of sine of pi by 3 into sine of cos inverse x by 2. So what is cos 60 degree? 1 by 2. Cos cancel out x by 2 minus root 3 by 2. Convert this in terms of sine inverse. What is sine inverse? Sine inverse is going to be sine of sine inverse under root of 1 minus x by 2 whole square. Again sine inverse cancel out. So y equal to x by 4 minus root 3 by 2. Just take the LCM. So I can say root of 4 minus x square by 2. 4 multiply. So 4y minus x is going to be minus root 3 root 4 minus x square. If you notice, there is no root in the options, right? So what we have to do? Just do the square on both the sides. You will get 4y minus x whole square equal to 3 times of 4 minus x square. Open it. You will get 16y square plus x square minus 8xy equal to 12 minus 3x square. It will come here, so 4x square minus 8xy plus 16y square equal to 0. Anything common we can take from here? Of course, we can take 4 common. If I take 4 common, what is the answer? X square minus 2xy plus 4 x square equal to, that will be 12, 3. So hence, our second option is correct for this particular question. So, in this particular problem, we discussed that how to use the inverse as well as the trigonometric function. I use the compound angle formula also, cos pi by 3 plus cos inverse x by 2. I use the compound angle formula y equal to cos A cos B minus sin A sin B. I use the formula cos pi by 3 is nothing but 1 by 2. This value is x by 2, cos inverse cancel out. I can put the value of sine of cos inverse x. Using the formula, I can get the second option is correct. So, our physics faculty will discuss about the remaining questions. Thank you, everyone.
So, a very good evening to everyone. I hope the exam went well for everybody, and whoever is yet to write the JEE Mains in the coming days, I hope all of you are preparing well. So, if you just want to take a brief on the type of questions on physics till now, as we have seen the January JEE Mains, the questions are almost of the same pattern. The paper is somewhat balanced. From the first year questions and the second year questions, like little bit balanced. Also, the questions are coming straight in a routine way, exact formula based. Not too much of variations are there. So, going with the basics will help to get better marks, right? So, let's start with the paper discussion, then we'll come back. Okay. So, this is the first question. Huh? Okay. Okay. Fine. So the figure shows the plate of a parallel plate capacitor with a separation of 10 centimeter and charge to a potential difference of V. Find the potential between A and B. So this potential difference is total V, right? So what is the potential gradient? V by 10 centimeter. Also, when we want to find potential between B and A, we have to see what is the distance along the electric field line. So maybe AB is like this, but what is the component of AB along the electric field line? That is 4 centimeter. So V by 10 into 4, which is 2V by 5. Potential per centimeter into 4 centimeter. That is like 2V by 5 is the answer of the number 1. Yes or no? Okay. Next. So a block of mass m is suspended in a vertical plane with the help of 2 light string as shown. Find the ratio of T1 by T2. So what is T1 this way? T1, so this is the basic Lami's theorem based question. We can see there is mg this way. We can use Lami's theorem also, like T1 by sine of opposite angle, T2 by sine of opposite angle, mg by sine of opposite angle. Or straight away we know that this block is in equilibrium. So net force along x must be 0. So T1 cos 30 equals to T2 cos 60. Yes or no? So T1 by T2 is cos 60 by cos 30. Yes or no? T1 cos 30 is the horizontal component and T2 cos 60 is the horizontal component. They both must be equal. So T1 cos 30 equals to T2 cos 60. And the value of cos 60 is half. This is like root 3 by 2. 2 to cancel. 1 by root 3 is the answer. So 1 by root 3, option number 4. If this is the given question, then this is the approach and this is the answer. Obviously, it's a memory-based question. We can have a little bit of deviation. But if this type of problems are coming, obviously, we understand it's a straight FBD application-based question, right? Great. Let's go with the next question. Okay. Are? I'm not able to change it. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you, sir. So figure shows a uniformly charged ring having charge Q and radius R. Find the distance from the center on the axis of the ring where electric field is maximum. It's again a very routine problem. We have done this in the basics of the class. When we have charge been spread over it on the ring, the electric field direction is like this, right? So the value of E generally for the ring, because of charged ring on the axis, is given as kqx by r square plus x square to the power 3 by 2. That's the general formula, right? And we know the graph of this is of E versus x graph will be like this. If you're taking electric field as a vector quantity, so this will be like this. Why? Because this way electric field is this way, in this side, and on this side electric field is like this way. So the graph will be opposite. Anyways, what do you mean by the point of maximum electric field where we apply dE by dx equals to 0? So we do this in a routine way in the class. When we differentiate this and equate to 0, the value of x will be coming out to be r by root 2 plus minus. So there will be two answers actually. X equals to r by root 2 and x equals to minus of r by root 2. Again, a very standard routine problem. We have seen this problem very often and we have done this in the class also. Let's go for the next question. Okay. Fine. 2 kilometer G1 and G2 are having resistance. So it's a question from electrical instruments, right? Having resistance R1, R2, number of turn, B1, B2, area, and they are asking ratio. So what do you mean by voltage sensitivity? It's like nothing but theta 1 by V1, the ratio of this by theta 2 by V2. We want to find this. Yes or no? Now, we need to find what is V1. We can write this V1 also as IR or I1R1. Okay? And similarly, we can write this as theta 2 by I2R2. Now, we need to understand, we know the value of R1, R2, we know the value of that. But what we don't know is I1, I2, right? So, NIAB is equal to C times theta is a standard formula which we use generally in basics of galvanometer. We know that this deflection of the needle is proportional to this current, number of turns, area of the coil, and magnetic field in which this coil has been kept. And this C is nothing but torsional constant. This C is nothing but torsional constant. Thank you. So from here, can we get the value of I? I is what? C theta by NAB. So let's plug in this there. Let's plug in this there. What is the value of this? If it is I1, if this is I1, acha, C will be same. Okay, it's a constant, torsional constant, which we are assuming to be same for both of them. So theta 1, N1, A1, B1. So we'll write straight away here. We'll write here C theta 1 instead of this, and then we'll write here N1, A1, and B1. Similarly for I2, we'll write again C theta 2, and here we'll write N2, A2, and B2, right? We can see here theta 2 will be cancelled, C will be cancelled. Now we have to plug in the value of this N1, A1, B1 by R1. This will be N2, A2, so this will be like N1 by N2, A1 by A2, B1 by B2, R2 by R1, and we know the value of each of them. We know the value of N1, N2. We know the value of N1, N2. N1 is 21, N2 is 15, right? So it's like 21, and that's 15. Value of A1, A2. Value of A1 is 3.6, 10 to the minus 3, and the value of A2 is 1.8, 10 to the minus 3, 10 to the minus 3, 10 to the minus 3 will be cancelled. B1, B2. Value of B1 is 0.25, and value of, value of B1 is 0.25, value of B2 is 0.5. Value of R2, R1. Value of R2 is 7 ohm, value of R1 is 5 ohm. When we solve all this, we'll get around 49 by 25. Right? That's option number 2. Just solving this, we'll get this. Yes or no? Fine. Okay, next question is basically based on units and dimension, or straight question where we just need to know the formulas and we can get the units. Even if we don't know the units, we can just see the basic formula. What is heat capacity? Heat capacity is amount of heat required per Kelvin change, right? So the unit will be what? Joule per Kelvin. So joule per Kelvin, so that's like option B. Specific capacity, small c I will write, or you can write in another notation also. Many people can write S also. So amount of heat required per unit mass per Kelvin change. Yes or no? So that will be like joule per kg Kelvin. Yes or no? Latent heat, the formula for latent heat is what? L, amount of heat required per unit mass. It's nothing but joule per kg. Yes or no? So joule per kg, so option 3 is option D. And thermal conductivity is what? dq by dt is equals to Ka dt by dx. I hope we know this. dq by dt is what? Rate of heat, matlab watt. So area is like what? Meter square. dt by dx is what? Kelvin here, meter here, and that is K. We can have a simplification here. Watt per meter per Kelvin. Watt per meter per Kelvin, right? This is nothing but watt per meter per Kelvin. I hope that's okay to all, right? So 1B, 2A, so 1B, 2A, 3D, and 4C. So right, option number 3 is the answer then. Fine? I hope we completed almost all the problems. So I'll invite Anand sir to continue with the discussion on chemistry problems from here. So please answer.
So, hello everyone. I hope you are doing well. As you can see from the morning shift, so second shift is a bit of a moderate level. So we have some more question in the chemistry part. Let's see what they have asked. The first question what they have asked that I got here is, which of the following is correct order of enthalpy of atomization? So if you remember the basic concept, here, what they're asking, correct order of enthalpy of atomization of 3D series. So enthalpy of atomization is directly proportional to metallic bonding strength. Get it? This is directly proportional to what? Metallic bonding strength. And this metallic bonding strength is directly proportional to number of unpaired electron. Number of unpaired electron. And if you remember directly, the zinc is having what? The lowest enthalpy of atomization. Zinc is having lowest atomic of atomization. Manganese is having D5 configuration S2, which is having 5 unpaired electron. If we see in the case of nickel, nickel is having D8 S2 configuration, then copper is having what? D10 S1, and zinc is having D10 S2, D10 S2. So from manganese, nickel, copper, zinc, number of unpaired electron decreases, metallic bonding strength also decreases, and atomization, enthalpy of atomization also decreases. So which one is going to be the correct option? Option number 4. Option number 4. Basic D block question was there. Now see the next question. So next question is again an easy question, and directly they have asked. So what they have asked, match the following reactions. First one, Rx plus Na in dry ether. Rx plus Na in dry ether is which reaction? See, Woods reaction. This one is Woods reaction, simple reaction. RCOH in presence of NaOH and CaO and heat. This is decarboxylation reaction. Soda lime decarboxylation. Direct reactions are they have asked. Next one, ROH in presence of anhydrous ZnCl2, anhydrous ZnCl2 and HCl. Anhydrous ZnCl2, this is basically Lucas method. Lucas reagent is given. Now the last one is aromatic halide and in presence of sodium dry ether. Basically this is a Fittig reaction. This is a Fittig reaction. So A is going to be A3 and B4. A3 and B4, so option number 2 is correct. Option number 2 is correct. Direct reactions is there. So I hope everyone did this question. Now see the next one. So in the next one, again they have asked from adiabatic process, thermodynamics, the magnitude of work done in case of one step and infinite step. One step and infinite step. One step means what? One step means irreversible process. Irreversible process. Irreversible process, and infinite steps means reversible process. Reversible process. Reversible process. So what they are asking, in adiabatic process. In adiabatic process, so if we consider a PV diagram, if we consider a PV diagram, and we consider like this, a point 1 A to B, point 1 A to B. So what is that? Work done is what? Area under the curve. So it is the case of reversible. It is the case of reversible case. So in the case of reversible, area under the curve is this. This is the area under the curve. Now if we take the irreversible case, in the case of irreversible case, what we take? We take the final pressure. We take the final pressure, and the final pressure is what? This B. So in the case of this bacha, if you can see, this is the area under the curve. So area under the curve in the case of irreversible is less than reversible. So what we can say? Work done in reversible is greater than work done in irreversible, which is for expansion. Which is for expansion. So which one is going to be correct here? So all are given expansion version. So option number 1 is the correct option. Again, this one easy concept. You have already studied in this classroom. Classroom concept for there. Now see the next question. Next question again is a kind of biomolecule, but it reflects the basic of PNC. Permutations and combination in the form they have given. So basically we can say this one is mathematics problem, not the chemistry problem. See what they have asked. The 4 different amino acids are given A, B, C, D. Calculate the number of tetrapeptides formed including the 4 amino acid. So when we consider amino acid means what? Amino acid means in this molecule they will have COH as well as NH2. As well as NH2. As well as NH2. So again another one can react like that, COOH. So when from here water will be removed and it is going to form a peptide bond, C double bond ONH, C double bond ONH, similar to this side also CONH, like that it will be formed, like that it will be formed. But we have given what? 4 type of amino acids. So what we have to do? Simple, we take the n factorial. So n factorial means 4 factorial, that means 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. So it is how? 4 into 3, 12, 12 into 2, 24. So 24 is going to be our correct answer here. Direct problem was there, mathematics is there. Now see the next problem. So in the next problem what they have asked from the coordination compound. Coordination compound, again an easy problem. So d orbital electronic configuration of complex among this. So what they have given? They have given different complex. Different complex. Now if you see, cobalt is present in +3. Cobalt is present in +3. This one also cobalt is present in +3. Here it is present in manganese +2. manganese +2, and zinc is present in +2. Zinc is present in +2. So as we can say, as you can see, bacha, cobalt is present in what? +3, and what we are having? Strong field ligand also. So cobalt, COEN thrice +3. So in the case of this one, cobalt is present in what? +3 oxidation state. So in +3 oxidation state, the electronic configuration will be what? D6. D6. So D6 splitting, D6 splitting, EZ and T2Z, EZ and T2Z. So what we are having? Strong field ligand. So all will come down. All will come down. So electronic configuration will become T2G6, T2G6 and EZ0, T2G6 and EZ0, T2G6 and EZ0. So our option is what? Third. Option number third is correct. So this was the question which we have collected in chemistry till now. Now maths question will be discussed by Vivek sir. So please be careful and keep studying and keep understanding. Hope you are doing well. Now please Vivek sir and come and join.
Hello. So this shifter, as we saw with respect to the morning shift, this shift mathematics paper was the easy paper. Whatever the 13 question we have seen, all the question as I am finding, not at all difficult. Yeah, some lengthy is there. Obviously, if you remember the some formulas, up just you can see on the board whatever the sum is there. This also needed the some formula only you have to remember. Just you can see here. This one you can rationalize this one. So how we can rationalize this one? 1 by root 3 plus x square plus under root of 1 plus x square is there. You can rationalize this one. So we can do like that. 3 plus x square minus under root of 1 plus x square by 3 plus x square minus under root of 1 plus x square. If we rationalize this one, so under root of 3 plus x square minus under root of 1 plus x square divided by this one, 3 plus x square minus 1 minus x square. This and this is going to be cancelled. 3 minus 1, 2. So now we can see this one, 4, and this is 2 from here. So we can get the 2, 0 to 1, 3 plus x square minus under root of 1 plus x square. This also you can take the separately. This is basis of under root of a square plus x square. So now if you can apply the formula of this one formula, a square x square, simply you can get the result. In that one, you can take the 0 to 1 and then you can get the answer of this one. Yeah, now we can see the another sum, image of the point. This point image we have to be find. Question are the old question only, like that the model question came in examination, but the framing are the different. they frame the question like that. This is the passing through this vector and dr is this one. Already in the first shift also, this model of question came. Point are there 1, 0, 3. This you can convert into the Cartesian equation format. So how we can convert into the Cartesian equation format? X minus 3 and this dr is the 4. So we can write the 4 here is equal to, now y minus 2 and this dr is equal to 2. So we should write the 2. Z, here minus 1 is there. So become the plus 1. This become the plus 1 divided by minus 1. So we can got the Cartesian equation of the line. Now we can get the Cartesian equation of the line. This mirror image we have to be find. Point is given 1, 0, 3. This mirror image we have to be find with respect of this line. With respect of this line, so you can see here, this point how we can write? If this is equal to, we can take the lambda here. So this coordinate will come our 4 lambda plus 3, 2 lambda plus 2 minus lambda minus 1. If you can see, in the first shift also we can find the question, point and line concept involved. Even we observe in the first session, in the January session also, based on that, at least 3 to 4 questions came. So again, who are going to write into the next examination tomorrow or day after tomorrow, must see this concept. Now you can see, from here to image what? In this distance are there. So we try to find the foot of the perpendicular. Once we can find the foot of the perpendicular, then we can easily find the mirror image of this also. So if I am giving, this is the name P, this point I am giving the M, and this point is the mirror image, I am giving the N. This line is there, this line dr is 4, 2, minus 1 is there. This line is the 4, 2, minus 1 is there. You can write the dr of the PM, drs of PM is equal to, this minus this means 4 lambda plus 2. Another one, 2 lambda plus 2. Another one, minus lambda minus 1 minus 3. So we can write minus lambda minus 4. So this is the dr of the PM is there. And the dr of the line is equal to 4, 2, minus 1 is there. So both are the perpendicular. Both are the perpendicular, so we can take the dot product. So 4 lambda plus 2 plus 2, 2 lambda plus 2 minus 1 minus lambda minus 4 is equal to 0. We have taken here the dot product. Why? Because this one and this one, both are the perpendicular. Now you can multiply and we can find the lambda value from here. So how we can find the lambda value from here? You can see 16 lambda from here 4 lambda and this one become plus, so plus 1. So this become the plus 1, means the plus 1 lambda plus 8, this one will come plus 4 and this one will come again plus 4 is equal to 0. Lambda 16 plus 4 20, 20 plus 1 21 lambda plus this one 16 will come is equal to 0. So lambda is equal to minus 16 by 21. Question you can observe here, question are the easy, concept also the known concept is there, but calculation is the little bit difficult. Why? Because you can see the lambda value, if it will come like an integral value, like a 0, 1, minus 1 like that, then we can say calculation somewhat easy. But the lambda value we are getting minus 16 by 21, so obviously it will take some time to calculation part of this one. So now this value we can keep here. So 4 into minus 16 by 21 plus 3, 2 into minus 16 by 21 plus 2, and this one is equal to minus 16 by 21 minus 1. This we can find the m value. This one here the m value. So you can find the m value. This you can take the h, k, l. This plus this and the midpoint. By the way, you can see here minus 23 by 21, 1 by 21, 1 by 21, 3 by 21. So we can check first one. What the value will come here? H plus 1 by 2 is equal to this one 4 minus 64 plus this one will come 63 by 21. H plus 1 by 2 is equal to minus 1 by 21. Minus 1 by 21. So H is equal to, we can write minus 2 by 21 minus 1. So this is equal to minus 23 by 21. So we can get here, this is equal to minus 23 by 21. You can see the option, no need to be find all the value. From the first option only the x coordinate we are getting minus 23 by 21. So directly we are going to be the tick mark. No need to be find the k and l value. Yeah, now we can see the next sum. If the curve this one, parabola is given, intersect with the line of this one A and B. Condition is also given. What the condition are given? Second quadrant. Second quadrant is given means x is the negative and y is the positive. So now this intersection point we have to be take here. So you can take x square is equal to 4 and in place of y, so 8 x plus 6. You can see here, if x is equal to minus 4 you can take. X equal to minus 4, 16, so y is equal to 4. X equal to minus 4 here also you can keep. So y is equal to 4 only will come. So x equal to minus 4, one of the value which is going to be satisfied here also, and y is equal to 4. No need to be find the another x value because they are saying into the second quadrant only. So second quadrant one value we got already, x is the negative and y is equal to the positive. So our value is this only. A comma b, that means minus 4 comma 4 is there our interval. So here you can see minus 4 to 4 x to the power 4 by 1 plus 5 to the power x dx. If lower limit, upper limit both are the same and sign are the different, so always we have to think about whether it is the even function or odd function. So here 5 to the power x exponent is there, so means we can't be find the even or odd function. Then in this case you can take x is equal to take the minus x. In place of x you can take the minus x. So this lower limit, upper limit is also going to be changed, but due to this minus x, again this is remain in the same position only, minus 4 to 4 only. So this is equal to, we can write minus 4 to 4, x to the power 4, even number, so does not impact anything, 5 to the power minus x. Now this both you are going to be add. If both we are going to be add, so we can get here 2i is equal to minus 4 to 4. Just see this LCM we can take 1 by 5x and both we are going to be add. So we can get the x to the power 4 dx. Now x to the power 4 is the even function is there. So 2I is equal to 2, 0 to 4, x to the power 4. From this 2 to this 2 cancel, I is equal to x to the power 5 by 5 and 0 to 4. We can find this value. So 4 to the power 5, 4 to the power 5 by 5 means 256, 4 to the power 4, 256 into 4 divided by 5. How much approximate it will come? It will come 1024. So this value are 1024 by 5. So our second option is the correct option here. Yeah, so according to the memory base, we can find up to this question only. So now chemistry sir is coming to be explaining the sum, chemistry sum to you all of you.
Hello all, now I am going to be discuss remaining part of the chemistry. See here, what is the first question they given? So it's a match the column 1, column 2 they given, right? Fractional distillation. Yes, fractional distillation, simple distillation, distillation under reduced pressure. This is distillation under reduced pressure. This is what? Steam distillation. So this is given from the qualitative quantitative analysis of organic compounds. Okay, as you know that what is the, when we used the fractional distillation, when the boiling point difference very less between the components present in the mixture. In the mixture components are present, the boiling point difference between the components is very less than 30 degrees Celsius, then we used the fractional distillation. It is very important technique we used to separate all the fractions from the petroleum. This is very important. All the fractions of petroleum, whatever petrol, diesel, kerosene oil, all these fractions are present in the petroleum, we can separate it by the fractional distillation because there is a boiling point difference is very less between the fractions present in the petroleum. So fractional distillation we use it to separate the diesel and petrol, right? So for this, for P, what is the correct match? 1, P1. Next one, right? Simple distillation we have, distillation under reduced pressure we have, and steam distillation. Let us see. Distillation under reduced pressure. When we use the distillation under reduced pressure, when in the mixture a component undergoes the decomposition at high temperature, then we have to stop the decomposition of that component by decreasing the temperature.
So distillation under the reduced pressure is the technique used to separate the components of the mixture. When components of the mixture undergoes the decomposition at high temperature, then we used the what nana? Distillation under reduced pressure. So distillation under reduced pressure is the technique we use it to separate the glycerol, it's not pentyl, spently. So for R, what is the correct match? Correct match is 4. Okay, and we have the steam distillation. Steam distillation is very, very important technique. We use it to separate the components of the mixture. When component is steam volatile and immiscible in the water, then only we can use the steam distillation technique to separate the components of the mixture. What is the rule to use the steam distillation process to separate the components of the mixture? That component should be steam volatile. It should be travel with steam, but it should not be miscible in the water. In that case only we use the steam distillation. For the steam distillation process, we can, for the option is aniline and water. Aniline is the steam volatile but not miscible in the water. So to separate the aniline from the water, we use the steam distillation. For option, for yes, correct match is 2. Then what is the answer? For fractional distillation, 1. For simple distillation, we can use aniline and chloroform. Distillation under reduced pressure, we can use to separate the glycerol and spently. And for steam distillation, correct match is aniline plus water. Then what is our answer? Answer is A. Correct answer is A, right? So given from the organic chemistry, from qualitative quantitative analysis. It's a NCERT question, it is direct NCERT question. Right, what is the next question? Let us see. 0.3 grams of organic compound is heated with CuO in a CO2 atmosphere at 300 Kelvin. The volume of nitrogen gas collected over H2O is 50 ml. Okay, in if aqueous tension is 15 mm of Hg at 300 Kelvin and pressure recorded is 715 mm Hg, then calculate the percentage of nitrogen in the organic compound. Organic compound treated with copper 2 oxide, okay, cupric oxide, then what you get? What we get, carbon present in it, it get converted into carbon dioxide, so on, and nitrogen is not able to react with oxygen, so nitrogen remains as the nitrogen. That nitrogen we collected in the nitrometer. This is what method? It's a famous method to calculate we use it to calculate the percentage of nitrogen. The method name is Dumas method. So Dumas method we use it to calculate the percentage of nitrogen, right now, in the organic compound. Percentage of nitrogen is equals to, what is the formula? 28 into volume of nitrogen collected in the nitrometer and 22,400 into weight of organic compound into 100. This is very, very important point in the formula in the Dumas method. What is the percentage of nitrogen in the organic compound? We can calculate by using the Dumas method. Percentage of nitrogen is equals to 28 into volume of nitrogen into 22,400 into weight of organic compound into 100. But here volume of nitrogen we have to calculate in STP conditions only. But the volume of nitrogen they given 715 mm of Hg, that is experimental condition. To calculate the percentage of nitrogen, we need volume of nitrogen in the Dumas method, but volume of nitrogen in the Dumas method they given in the experimental condition. The volume of nitrogen which is given in the experimental condition, we have to convert into the STP condition. Your volume of nitrogen must be substituted in the what condition? STP conditions. So we have to convert the given volume of nitrogen into the STP conditions. How I am converting? right? Actually, volume of nitrogen is equals to 715 minus 15 mm of Hg, because aqueous tension is there. Aqueous tension is the what? Vapor pressure produced by the vapor, water vapor. Vapor pressure exerted by the vapors is nothing but what, nana? Aqueous tension. We have to subtract the aqueous tension, then only we get the volume of pure nitrogen. Wet nitrogen, dry nitrogen. Dry nitrogen volume we get. What is the dry nitrogen volume? 700. This volume of dry nitrogen 700 mm of Hg we get in the experimental condition. That volume we have to convert. That volume we have to convert into STP conditions. Then for that I am using this one, P1 V1 by T1 equals to P2 V2 by T2. Okay, STP conditions, P1 is what? Substitute. P1 is what? 760 mm of Hg. V1 volume of nitrogen at STP condition, T1 T73, and P2 they given what? 700 experimental condition. V2 they given V2 in experimental condition, what is the volume they given? 50. T2 also they given the values they given at 300 Kelvin. If you calculate, you get the volume of nitrogen at STP condition, that is approximately 41.9%. Then only you have to substitute the volume of nitrogen in the formula. Then percentage of nitrogen is equals to 28 into 41.9 ml by 22,400 into weight of organic compound, how much they given? 0.3 grams into 100. Okay, right. Wait a minute. Yes. So excuse me. Okay. Okay, right. Okay. Okay. Weight of organic compound 0.3 grams. Okay. P1 V1 by T1 equals to what we did? P2 V2 by T2. Then volume of nitrogen in STP condition, what we get? 41.9 ml. Then percentage of nitrogen is equals to, in Dumas method, 28 into volume of nitrogen in STP condition by 22,400 into weight of organic compound into 100. Okay. 28 into volume of nitrogen 41.9 by 22,400 into weight of organic compound 0.3 grams into 100. Then we get approximately 17.5%. This is the direct NCERT question. Direct NCERT question from the Dumas method. Okay, right? Next question. Let's move to next question. Okay. Which one of the following has the at least one lone pair? You should note it. It should have the at least one lone pair at the central atoms and different bond lengths. Bond length should be different. And it should having the at least one lone pair. Let us see. XeF4. XeF4. What is the hybridization? Hybridization is what? 8 plus 4 by 2. Right? Steric number is 6. Then what is the hybridization? sp3d2. sp3d2, 4 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. 4 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. Then it gets the square planar structure. Xenon tetrafluoride having the square planar structure. Then all the bond lengths are equal. It has the compound has the 2 lone pair electrons, but all the bond lengths are equal because all the bonded atoms are same and all the bonds are in the same plane, then bond lengths are same. So, but what is the condition they given in the question? It must be having the 2 different bond lengths, at least one lone pair must be present in the given compound. This option is wrong. And obviously, you can take XeF2. What is the hybridization? 8 plus 2 by 2. 10, steric number is 10, 5. Then what is the hybridization? sp3d. sp3d, 2 bond pairs, 3 lone pairs. 2 bond pairs, 2 lone pairs. What is the shape of the molecule? What is the shape of the molecule? Linear. Linear. And it has the 3 lone pairs, but 2 bond lengths are equal. 2 bond lengths are equal because it is also planar molecule. Repulsions exerted by the lone pairs on the 2 bonds are equal. Here also, repulsions exerted by the all the bond pairs are equal. There is no change in the bond length. All bond lengths are equal. Here also all bond lengths are equal. So that this is not the option. Okay, let us go for next option. SF4. SF4. 6 plus 4 by 2. 6 plus 4 by 2. 5. What is the hybridization? sp3d. Then it has the seesaw structure. It has the seesaw structure because 4 bond pairs are there, 1 lone pair is there. Okay. See here we have axial, here we have equatorial. Axial bonds are there, equatorial bonds are there. This axial bonds having the more repulsions by the lone pair electrons. But these equatorial bonds not having the repulsions by the lone pair electrons, so that these molecules should having the different bond lengths. These bond lengths are more, these bond lengths are equatorial bond lengths are less, axial bond lengths are more because here we have the repulsions. These bond pairs experiencing the repulsions by the lone pair electrons. But these bond pairs, equatorial bond pairs, not experiencing the any repulsions by the lone pair electrons. So in this structure, in this molecule, 1 lone pair is there, 1 lone pair is there, plus 2 different bond lengths are there. 2 different bond lengths are there. It satisfies the question. SF4 satisfy the question. It might be the answer. Let us check one more option. PF5. PF5, what is the hybridization? sp3. Pentagonal bipyramidal. Yes. Axial bond lengths are more than the what? Equatorial bond lengths. It has the 2 different bond lengths. This bond length is different from the equatorial bond lengths. Right? Obviously, here also we have the 2 bond lengths, 2 different bond lengths, but PF5 does not having the NA lone pair. So this 4th option does not satisfy the given question. So then answer is 3rd one. SF4 is the correct answer for the given question. Right now, let us move for next question. It's a very simple question they given from the organic chemistry. What is the question? Which of the following reaction gives the carboxylic acid? Okay, cyanides upon acid hydrolysis gives the carboxylic acid. So here we get the what? RCOOH. PCC, mild oxidizing agent, pyridinium chlorochromate. Then what you get? Here what you get? Aldehyde. Here also what you get? Aldehyde, benzaldehyde. Okay. Here also what you get? Rosenmund reduction. Here also aldehyde. So in this case, aldehyde we get, aldehyde, but in the first case, we get the carboxylic acid, then answer is first one. Answer is first one. So very easiest question from the organic chemistry they asked. Okay, for the reversible reaction, A gas is equilibrium with B gas plus C gas. The degree of dissociation is alpha at pressure Pt. Then, okay, Kp is equals to, so you can write, they given the Pt Kp relations, Pt alpha relations, Pt alpha relations, Kp Pt relations, okay, they given. So in this case, if you write the Kp equation, P total increases, alpha is decreases. Pt increases, alpha is decreases. Then what is the answer? Answer is second one. Second is the option, right? Yeah, this is very regular question from the complex compounds, right? The number of unpaired electrons and hybridization in the MnCn taken 6 minus 3. MnCn taken 6 minus 3. Here Mn is in the what oxidation state? Plus 3 oxidation state. Coordination number is 6. Coordination number 6 means it may be sp3t due to hybridization, it may be d2sp3 hybridization. We have to decide. We have to decide. Okay, here Cn minus is the strong field ligand. In the presence of strong field ligand, what happened? Pairing takes place. Okay, let us see. Mn plus 3, 25. What is the general electronic configuration? 4s2, 3d5. In the plus 3 oxidation state, 4h0, 3d4. Okay, T2G, Eg. T2G4, Eg0. This Eg is vacant. Okay, then inner orbital complex is formed, D2sp3 hybridization. T2G4, pairing takes place here. Pairing takes place. This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. Pairing takes place because here we are having the what? Strong field ligand. 4 electrons are pairing takes place. Then what hybridization it undergoes? D2sp3 hybridization. How many unpaired electrons are there? 2 unpaired electrons are there. Sorry. 1, 2, 3, 4. 2 unpaired electrons are there. T2G4, Eg0 is the electronic configuration according to CFT. Okay. T2G4, Eg0. How many unpaired electrons are there? 2 unpaired electrons, and undergoes the what hybridization? D2sp3 hybridization, inner orbital complex, because here they given the strong field ligand. If they given the weak field ligand, situation is different. Then it gives the sp3d2 hybridization, number of unpaired also different. But in the given question, they given the strong field ligand, therefore pairing takes place in the T2G orbital. Okay, T2G4, Eg0 is the electronic configuration. When you write the electronic configuration, here pairing takes place, remaining 2 unpaired electrons are present, and Eg0, this will undergoes the D2sp3, and unpaired electrons are 2. And next question. So very basic question they given. Consider the following statements. Consider the following statements. What is the first statement? Value of L gives shape of orbital. Obviously, azimuthal quantum number gives the shape of the orbitals. Yes, psi represents wave function of an electron. Yes, psi is nothing but wave function of an electron. Right? Electron density in px orbital in xy plane is 0. This is wrong one. Obviously. And 2px orbital. This is the x-axis. Px. 2px orbital is this one. It may be they given like this. So A is right. Value of L gives the shape of orbital, and psi represents the wave function of an electron, right? Electron density of px orbital in xy plane is 0. No. No, yz plane. In yz plane its electron density is 0. And 2px orbital is this one. Orientation of p orbital along with x-axis, it's said to be what? Px orbital. Then A right, B right, correct statement, D also right. Then what is the answer? If you take 1, 2, 3, 4, correct option is A, B, D, third one. Okay. Next week, sir will continue the session. Right. Thank you.
Hello dear students, good evening everyone. How are you all? Hope the students who have written their examination, I hope they have written very well examination, and the students who are waiting for the next session, next day's session, so they may be, after seeing this question, they may be waiting eagerly. So let's start with this. Let us continue the remaining questions of our physics, what we have received from our students. So now this question is basically from the logic gates. So in this question, what he has given, in the digital circuit he has given right. Now, in the digital circuit shown in figure, the given inputs for P and Q values are. So we need to find out the given inputs for the value of P and Q. So basically he has given this as 1 and this also as 1. So I can say if this is 1, this is also going to be how much? 1. Followed by if this is also 1, so this is also going to be how much? 1. So now as this is a NAND gate, both will be multiplied and it will be reversed. So 1 into 1 is going to be 1 and its reverse is going to be how much? 0. Followed by the same 1 is continuing here, but this is a NOT gate, so that's why the input here is going to be 0, followed by the same part here is also going to be 0. And now next after that, this is nothing but our AND gate, and in AND gate usually we add 0 plus 0 is basically it's going to be 0. The same input follows here, and here if this is 0, this is also going to be 0, okay. And then after that, if this is going to be 0, so the same part is going to be 0 here. Followed by if this is 0, this is also 0, and this is a NOT gate, so due to that reason it will become 1. And nextly, if you are taking this is your AND gate, we will multiply this part. So this is going to be how much? 0. The next thing is this is nothing but your NOR gate. So we will add and we will make it reverse. So 1 plus 0 is going to be how much? 1, and its reverse is going to be 0. So therefore P is 0 and Q is 0. Check the option. Yes, second option is a correct answer for this one. Let's go for the next question. In the next question, what he has given, the length of a light string is 1.4 meter when the tension on it is 5 newtons. So we know that, okay, if the tension increases to 7 newtons, the length of this string is going to be how much? 1.5. So he is asking us to find out the length of the string, basically, original length. So in this case, directly you can take here, F is directly proportional to X, and if there is a change, then you can write here that is X1 minus of X. Right. So I wish to take here, if this is F1, so F1 is directly proportional to X1 minus X. So similarly, if I am taking for the F2, so this is going to be what? X2 minus X. Let's divide this part. So if I am taking F1, what is the value of F1 he has given? 5 newtons. So I wish to take here 5 newtons. By the value of F2 is going to be how much? 7 newtons. Anyhow, proportionality term, if you remove, you will get K, and both the K's will get cancelled in the numerator as well as the denominator. Now, what is the value of X1? For 5 newtons, the length of this string was 1.4 minus of X whole divided by X2 is going to be how much? 1.56. 1.56 minus of X. Now we need to do the cross multiplication, and if you are doing the cross multiplication, it will be like 6 is 30. So you can take here 6 5 is 30 and 5 5 is 25, 8, and that is 7.80 you are going to get here, and this is going to be minus of 5x, which is equals to, this is going to be 14 in 1.4 into 7, so 4 is 28, so that is 9.8 minus of, this is going to be how much? 7x. Minus 7x if you send here, and 7.8 if you send here, it's going to be 2x equals 2, and the value of x is going to be 1, and it is also expressed in terms of SI unit, that is in meters. So therefore x equals how much? 1 meter. Very simple question. So let us go for the next question. Here he has given a solenoid having area A and length, okay, this length is L, is filled with a material having relative permeability. That is, he has given the value as mu r is equals to how much? 2. and he's saying to find out magnetic energy stored in the solenoid. It's a very simple formula we are having. So magnetic energy per unit volume is given as B square by 2 into mu naught, but mu naught can be written as mu, so that is mu is equals to mu naught into mu r. As he already mentioned as mu r, so I wish to take here mu naught into mu r. As I am concerned to find out the magnetic energy, so I wish to send this volume here. So therefore magnetic energy, this is going to be B square whole divided by 2 into mu naught multiplied by mu r is already 2 multiplied by the volume. This volume can be taken as how much? Area into length, because he mentioned as the area as well as length. So therefore this volume, if I am sending here, area into length, and moreover that's it. So therefore the answer is going to be how much? B square AL by 4 into mu naught. So you can say here B square AL by 4 mu naught. The third option is a correct answer. So let's go for the next question. These all are memory based questions which we have received from our students. So you can go through these questions. The students who are wishing to write for the students who are writing for the next exams, like tomorrow, day after tomorrow, so they can take these questions as a reference. So now let's go for the next question here. He said, in a system of measurement, electric charge Q, permeability mu naught, and electric current I are considered as fundamental quantity, then the dimensions of linear momentum in this system is. So basically I can say that momentum is directly proportional to electric charge. I wish to take it here, power A, followed by relative permeability mu naught, power B, and electric current small I, power C. So we will go with the respective dimensional formulas. Momentum can be taken as mass into velocity, so m L T power minus 1. So it's proportional to charge. Charge is taken as current into time, so amperes time whole power A. So we have to go for relative permeability. For relative permeability, I can say F is equals to, or we can say F is equals to BIL, or B is equals to mu naught I by 2R you can take here. We can go with this case. So I like to take here B is equals to mu naught I by 2R, and also we know F is equals to what? BIL. So F is equals to BIL. So B can be taken as F by IL. So F by IL, and if I send that I, if I multiplied here, this will become I square, and L R if I multiplied here, FR by I square into L will be equal to mu naught, and also 2 will be there. So anyhow we have to go dimensionally here. So dimensionally I can say force is basically taken as ml square T power minus 2, mass into expression ml T power minus 2, and this will go to the numerator side. Length is expressed in terms of meter. This is also expressed in terms of meter. Dimensionally I am talking here, and so due to that reason you will be getting ml T power minus 2, and current upper side if you go, it will become A power minus 2, and this is power B followed by current. Current is expressed in terms of amperes whole power C. Now we will compare the powers of M, L, T and A respectively. We'll do directly here. So if we are comparing the powers of M, I'm comparing the powers of M. I'm writing here powers of M. So the power of M is nothing but 1. So what is the power of M? M is nothing but M power is going to be B. So therefore I got B is equals to 1. Next I am going to compare the powers of L. Let us compare the power of L. L power it is going to be 1, and here L power directly B. So directly that we got directly, that is B equals to 1. Fortunately both are same only. And nextly I would like to compare the powers of T. So when I am comparing the powers of T, minus 1, and it is going to be A, this is minus 2B. And already we got the value here, so B is equals to 1. So minus 2 into 1 is minus 2. Minus 2 if I send here, it will become plus 2. And 2 minus 1, so A is equals to how much? 1. And finally, I would like to compare the power of A. When I am comparing the power of A, we don't have anything here about A, so I wish to take it as 0 here. And we are having this as power of A means small a, and power of A, this is going to be minus 2B plus C. And already we found out the values here, the value of A as well as B we got here. So 0 equals 1 minus 2 into 1 plus C. So 1 minus 2 minus 1. Minus 1 if I send here, it is going to be plus 1. Therefore C equals how much? 1. So A equals 1, B equals 1 and C equals 1. So if you are taking A equals 1 here, B equals 1 here, C equals 1 here. So therefore here it's going to be first option. That's it. Very simple question. So Q mu naught into I. Okay, let's go for the next question here. In this question, what he has given, which of the following items labeled 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 are true? So we have to justify which one is true or not. When an ideal gas undergoes adiabatic process, the term when it comes adiabatic process, you have to take the basic thing here. So the basic thing is in the adiabatic process, what you have to do. The first thing is in an adiabatic process, we can say PV power gamma is equals to constant here. Do we have anything related? But he gave PV is equals to constant, which is not possible. Next, adiabatic process means heat is going to be constant. So therefore, you can say work done is equals to this part is correct. W is equals to, from first law of thermodynamics, you can take here. But internal energy is not equals to 0. If PV power constant, so VT power 1 minus gamma equals to 0 is equals to constant will be there. So this is also not possible. But work done wala formula you can take here, that is NR T2 minus T1 whole divided by gamma minus 1. So with this case, work done is directly proportional to modulus of T2 minus T1 you can take here. So 2 and 5 are basically going to be 2. Hence option second is the correct answer for this one. Okay, let's go for the next question here. In the next question, what he has given, a wave is traveling along a string. The wavelength lambda of the wave is 7.5. He gave the wavelength as well as he has also given the amplitude. Make sure that the amplitude is in centimeters. Okay. Now, this is in centimeters. Keep this part. So, this is in centimeters. So, okay, final results are also in centimeters. And then after that, he has given there is a crest at x equals to 0 and 0.3 seconds. It travels a distance of 12 centimeter. As it is traveling a distance of 12 centimeter in positive x direction, he is saying to find out the equation of wave. So basically equation of wave is given by a sine omega t minus of kx minus of omega t. As the amplitude is 2, so it is going to be 2 here. So this is also 2 because sine. So either the option 2 or 3 is going to be the final result. Okay, we cannot decide with this case. We'll find out the k. K is going to be how much? 2 pi by lambda. So what is the value of lambda? 2 pi by lambda is going to be 7.5 meters. So you can take here multiply and divide by 2. So you are going to get here that is 4 pi by 15 approximate. So this is also 4 pi by 15. And so that means you can without solving you can say the answer is going to be third option, that is 4 pi by 15. But apart from that, he is also saying to find out the that is omega. So omega can also be taken as what? kV you can take here. So k into v. Already we have the value of k. The value of k is going to be like we got here, that is 4 pi by 15 you can take here. And the velocity can be taken as displacement by time, that is 12 divided by the time is nothing but 0.3, but centimeter has to be converted into meters. Okay, so with this case, if you simplify, obviously you are going to get this part, that is 8 pi by 75. So after solving, you'll get this final result. Hence the answer for this is 2 sine 4 pi by 15x minus 8 pi by 75. Okay, now let's go for the next one. An equiconvex lens of radius 1.6 meter is having power P. Okay, another B convex lens. Okay, another lens is there, its name is nothing but B he has given. I think it's biconvex lens. Okay, another B convex lens of radius R1 and R2 is having same power P. So let us take, he's saying to find out the radius of these convex lenses. So simple for the first case, what you can do, so 1 by F is equals to, you can take here mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. For the equiconvex lens, R1 and R2 are same with opposite signs. So therefore you are going to get it as 2 by R. And this is nothing but 1 by F is basically defined as power. Okay, this is for the equiconvex lens. And for the next lens, you can say power equals to 1 by F. Again same, mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus of 1 by R2. As he clearly mentioned that R1 and R2 are the radius. Now, as the power is same, I can equate both of them. So this is your equation 2 and equation 1 and 2 respectively. If I am equating the power, so I can say this is going to be mu minus 1 into 2 by R is equals to mu minus 1 into 1 by R1 minus of 1 by R2. So mu minus 1 will get cancel, and then after that you have to take here 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 is equals to how much? Directly 2 by R. And now what you can do here, directly already he gave the value of R is 1 by 6. So 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2 is equals to 2 by R is nothing but 1 by 6. So it's going to be 12 directly. Okay, now so it's going to be directly 12. And now finally I can solve this part. Directly I can substitute this option verification. By taking this option verification, you are going to get this part as 12. So 1 by R1 minus 1 by R2. So this is going to be final result with this opposite sense. So therefore this is going to be your final answer. So therefore the answer for this is what? 1 by 9 and 1 by 3 respectively. Okay, then the rest of the part, the mathematics part, will be continued. Thank you for that.
Yeah, hello student. As we have seen already, few sum. Now again we can get the sum, another 3-4 sum. Just you can see this sum is from progression, series type of good sum is there. So such type of sum we have to be find to try to be find to be the Tn term. Tn term, so Tn term easily you can find what the Tn term it will come. You can see here Tn, yeah, take the Tr term is equal to R 1 plus 4 R to the power 4. We can get. Now of this term we have to be split into the two part. Then only we can solve the sum. We have to be split like that. One part will come the positive, another part is going to become a negative. So you can see the denominator, what I am doing here. 4r square minus 4r square we can write. Okay. Why we can write like that? So 2r square plus 1 whole square minus 2r whole square we can write. If this we can write tr, then r by this you can expand a square minus b square format. So we can get here 2r square plus 1 plus 2r and 2r square plus 2r plus 2r not minus 2r now. Minus 2r plus 1. Now this we can easily split into the two part. 1 by 2r square minus 2r plus 1 minus 1 by 2r square plus 2r plus 1. If LCM you can take, the numerator part it will come 4r. But here r is there, so that's why this equal to we can take 1 by 4. Now you can see term is there up to what? Up to 10 terms are there. Up to 10 terms are there. So this you can write the like a T1, T2, T3. So if I am writing the T1, so 1 by 4 and here 1 you can put. So value will come 1 and 2 cancel means the 1 only. Minus 1 by, we can get here 2 plus 2 4 plus 1 5, 1 by 5. If I am taking the T1. Next we can take the T2. So 1 by 4. If the T2 you can keep here the value 4 into 2 8 and here 4. So 4 plus 1 5 we can get. 1 by 5 minus 1 by, here you can keep the value. So 4 into 2 8. 8 plus 4 12. 12 plus 1 13. So on all the term is going to become. So at the last we can come to the T10 term. So 1 by 4 for the 10 terms we can keep here. So this one something minus 1 by, this value we can keep the 10. So 200, 10, so 100 into 2, 200. And this will come the 20 and this is 1. So 221 we can get. Now you can see all the terms are going to be, this part is also going to be cut. We can add this total, sum of the series. So sum of the 10 terms, 1 by 4, 1 minus 1 by 221. So this one it will go 220 by 4 into 221. This you can cancel. So what the value will come? 5 and 5 it will come. Now this is the Mn, and where M and N are the natural co-prime number. Now you can add, you can get the answer. Yeah, note down this one. Yeah, next sum we can see. Good sum, this one. Yeah. Probability sum is there. A bag is randomly selected and a ball is drawn. From the drawn ball is the red. Then the probability that ball is selected from the bag 1. So bag 1 selected. So what the things will come? Bag 1 chances are 1 by 3. And then which ball? Red ball. So bag selected ball randomly red, then the probability that the ball is selected from the bag 1. Bag 1, so probability of the red ball 3 by 3 plus 3, 6, 6 plus 4, 10 by 10. What is the another probability are there? If the bag 1 only, so into 3 by 10 plus. If the bag 2 also chances are there. If the bag 2 are there, so 1 by 3, 4 by, why I am taking the 4 here? Because in the red ball is the 4 by 10 plus 1 by 3. For the third bag also chances are there, so 5 by 10. This is the value of the P. Now we can find the value of the Q. So if the ball drawn is the green, then the probability that ball is selected from the third bag. So probability of the third bag also 1 by 3. Ball are there, the green ball. So from the third green ball chances are 3 by 10. Again, total probability we can take here. So from the third, so 1 by 3, 3 by 10. Second, 1 by 3, 3 by 10. And first one, so 1 by 3, 4 by 10. This is the value of the Q. Once you can find the value of P and Q, so simply you have to find the value of 1 by P plus 1 by Q. Easy sum only this one. Yeah. So now we can see our the analysis part in the mathematics. You can see progression, one question came already. Good. And this is the easy question also. As we find here, with respect to the first shift, this shift paper are the easy paper we can find. Function question also they touch. Trigonometrical equation, also one question came here. One thing we can find here, different integration you can see. Generally this pattern is not there, but here in this paper we can find the different integration 3 question. Generally in the paper it is coming the 1 question or 2 question, but this time we can find the 3 question. Again same, once you can come to the vector 3D question came already. This analysis based on the 13 question only. Ellipse, Yeah, from the 12th, but this part are the easy. Once you can observe here, most of the question here, the easy part are there. Mediocre, moderate question is there, but no question we can find up to that which are the difficult one question. Inverse also, easy question only they ask. Limit also, like that model already PYQ. Several times this model question only came. So overall, based on this 13 question, we can judge कि paper was, this time I'm not saying to moderate to be difficult, this time I will say paper are the moderate paper, maybe the few question are the lengthy question, but the manageable it was there. And 11, 12th also we are observing always, almost the 50-50% are there. In the out of the 25 question, so sometime we can observe 13 and 12 question like a ratio. Yeah, maybe 11 and 14 are the ratio. This type of the ratio is there. So overall paper are the moderate paper only it is there. So now the chemistry sir is going to be analysis of this one.
Hello, this is Srinivas. Now I will going to be analyze the chemistry part. Right? Right. Now I am going to be, okay, right. So, as usual, generally in the JEE session, they are giving the question from the periodic properties. Now they are given the question from the electronegativity. Electronegativity, directly they are not given the elements. They given the in the form of electronic configuration and asked the electronegativity. So that question is very easy question. It is the general trend. They given the fluorine, oxygen, nitrogen, neon, which are in the period. So we can easily analyze the question and we can give the option. This is actually easy question, very easy question. And they given the next question, IUPAC nomenclature. From the IUPAC nomenclature, they given the one compound IUPAC name and asked for the hybridization. Number of sp carbons, number of sp2 carbons, number of sp3 carbons. For that, first you have to write the name. You have to know the how to write the structure of the compound. Then we can write the what hybridizations. Hybridization, number of carbons having the sp hybridization, number of carbons having the sp2 hybridization, number of carbons having the sp3 hybridization. We can easily this is also very easy question. Okay, so from the P block they given the one question from the group 16. That question somewhat memory based question. Memory based question, that we can say it is the moderate question we can say. And from hydrocarbon melting point question they given. So we have to know about the what happened when branching is increases, when branching is decreases, what happened towards the melting point. We have to know. We should have the idea about the melting points of the hydrocarbons. That is very, very important. Okay, generally they will ask the question from the melting points, boiling point. Symmetry in the compound increases, then what happened towards melting point. If branching decreases, what happened towards melting point, we have to know. We can say it is the moderate question. Some basic principles of organic chemistry, test of nitrogen. Yes, test for nitrogen, test for sulfur. They given from the qualitative, quantitative analysis of organic compounds. Sodium thionitroprusside they given this time. Okay, it's questions, all the questions, some of the questions directly from the NCERT. directly from the NCERT. For example, some basic principles of organic chemistry, test of nitrogen is direct question from the NCERT. So we have to remember, we have to memorize the topics, then we can easily given the answer. Then test of nitrogen, so from 12th class, it is the moderate we can say. Yes. It is very routine. The questions are coming generally from the D and F black elements. It's very, very routine. Every paper having the question from the what? D and F black elements. This time also they given the D and F black question from the D and F black elements from the physical properties. So most of the concepts we have to memorize from the D and F black elements. They given from the physical property. Enthalpy of atomization question they given. Enthalpy of atomization they given. That also we have to memorize. Mostly inorganic part is based on the memory part. Somewhat concept also we have to know to memorize the concepts. Right now, this is also we can say moderate. And they given the question from the alkyl halide, carboxylic acid, alcohol. They given the named reactions. Woods reaction, Fitting reaction, Lucas reagent test. All the questions they given. This is very, very important. Generally, this is the repeated question in the JEE Main, and this is we can say very easy question. Okay, easy question. It is a mixed problem. They are given from the alkyl halide, carboxylic acids, alcohols. Right. Next one, thermodynamics work done. Work done in the reversible process and irreversible process during the expansion. They are given. Generally, W reversible expansion greater than W irreversible expansion. Work done in the reversible greater than work done in the what? Irreversible during the expansion. That question they given, it's a general question, not a problem. It is not a numerical problem. Generally from thermodynamics they will ask the question from the numerical problem. This time they asked the question from the concept. That is the thing, very easiest one. We can say it is moderate. First you have to know what is the reversible process, what is the irreversible process, then only you can answer it is very easily. Okay. Next, biomolecules. Yes. Generally, it is very routine. The question coming from the biomolecules are very routine. Nowadays, D and F black, they asked the question in every paper. And from the complex compound also they asked the question from every paper. And biomolecules also one of the important chapter. They asked at least one question from the biomolecules. They asked the question from the amino acids. They given the 4 different amino acids. How many tetrapeptides are formed? They asked 4 factorial. 4 factorial means 24 tetrapeptides are formed. We can arrange them in the 24 ways. Then answer for this one amino acid, it can say moderate question. Coordinate compounds, they asked the question from the crystal field theory, CFT. So they given the coordination number 6. They asked for the calculate the CFSC. Okay. Okay. CFT topic from 12th. So moderate we can say. Yes, some basic principles of organic chemistry, they given the distillation and purification. So difficult, it's somewhat difficult. Why? Because from the organic, this is the topic we have to memorize the examples. For example, they given the steam distillation. Steam distillation means when a component is associated with water, then we can separate the component from the mixture by using the steam distillation. There is a condition. For example, steam distillation is there. There is a condition. What is the condition? That component should be steam volatile and that component should be immiscible in the water. Then only we can separate the component from the water by using the steam distillation. And we used the fractional distillation. When boiling point difference is very less, then we used the fractional distillation to separate the fractions from the mixture like crude oil. Okay, crude oil. Separation of fractions from the crude oil like petrol, diesel, we can separate by using the what? fractional distillation, distillation under reduced pressure, or simple distillation. When we use the simple distillation, if boiling point difference is more, then we can use the what? Simple distillation, right now? Right. So that is the question. We can say it is difficult. Why? Because we have to remember the examples. We have to remember the examples, or we have to digest the concept. What is the steam distillation? When we use the steam distillation? What is the fractional distillation? When we can use the fractional distillation? To separate the components of the mixture, we have to know. So that is somewhat difficult. Why? Because we have to memorize the examples also. Right. Qualitative analysis. Qualitative analysis of organic compound, from that topic they given the Dumas method. Problem solving in Dumas method is very easy, somewhat very tricky. If the data they given at a STP condition, we can directly substitute the values into the formula. If they given the data at experimental condition, then we have to convert the values into the STP condition, then only we can substitute the values. That is the tricky thing. In the case of Dumas method, if we can say it is also moderate. Okay, na? From carbonyl compound, from chemical bonding, they given the question from the Vesper theory, say moderate, valency shell, electron pair, repulsion theory. They asked the bond lengths. They asked the bond lengths. They given the question with some conditions. They given the questions with some conditions. We have that answer should be satisfy the conditions given in the question. That is also somewhat moderate question. And of carbonyl compounds, preparation of carboxylic acid they given. Very simple question they given from cyanide. Cyanide upon acid catalyzed hydrolysis. What we get? Carboxylic acid we get. That is also moderate question. We should have idea about that one. From equilibrium, they given the question from the degree of dissociation. It is also moderate. And from coordination compound, they given the question from the VBT. They asked the question, number of unpaired electrons and what is the hybridization. They asked question from the coordination compound. This is also moderate. And from atomic structure, they given the matching type question. Column 1, column 2 they given. And they asked for the azimuthal quantum number. They asked for the psi, what is the psi. That kind of, we have to know the total concept about the quantum numbers, about the Schrodinger wave equation to solve this problem. So somewhat it is difficult. So finally what I can say, till now we get the 17 question from the students. Okay, according to student point of view, question paper, chemistry question paper is somewhat moderate. Okay, that is my analysis. Thank you. Physics R will continue the next analysis. Thank you. Okay.
Okay. Hello everyone. So I hope we have discussed majority of the questions. Am I audible? Yeah. So I hope we have discussed majority of the questions, and the paper was quite simple generally. I mean, we were expecting the paper to be on an easier part. We can say the paper is more about easy, more accurate, more easy. Routine problem was there, right, sir? Anything you want to add, sir?
Straightforward question was there, and maximum, or we can say the formula based are there, right? So we have just written few formula based on that one. What are the formula we have used in this shift? So let's see here. If we are observing this one, so there are two questions came from this unit and dimension, right? In this unit and dimension, in general, we are saying the unit and dimension is the important part. In each and every shift, they are asking the problem based on this one, right, sir?
Right, sir. So we found around 2 questions on units and dimension from the memory base, right, sir? And not only in this shift, even in January JEE, we were seeing that units and dimension was one of the most important topic where from we were finding question almost in every shift. Almost every shift. Like errors and units and dimension were one of the favorite topics. Though these topics are very simple, small, easy, and it was very much repetitive. Almost same type of question was coming there. So one thing is for sure, everybody preparing for the coming days, in the coming shifts, for the coming shifts, please prepare for units and dimension and errors based question for sure, right? So let's go for the next one about geometrical optics.
There was a very basic question from the prism. They have asked like for minimum deviation if we are considering in prism. So what is the angle of incidence for this one? And they have given the basic data on that one. So that was very easy question on that one. One more question was there from optics, that is the from the lens maker formula, right? So from lens maker formula like 1 by f equals to mu relative minus 1 by r1 minus 1 by r2, right? So basically that was the easy questions we can say from the geometrical optics. And from the surface energy, if you are saying, this is from surface tension. In surface tension, they have asked very basic question. What's the change in energy? What's energy release? So basic formula is there like T into surface area, right? So such type of very basic problem they are asking in this one, right?
So I would say it's a routine problem. When we learn the chapter, there are some routine questions we do on surface energy based questions, right, sir? Basically drop wala questions, which is one of the most routine question, drop coalesce questions. All those routine questions, I would say as a important question or preferred question for the coming JEE shifts to prepare for. Going for RBD, RBD we were seeing, go to the back page. RBD we have seen that very basic standard question. One was from based on moment of inertia. And one was, so in the morning shift also there were 2 questions on rotation. In the evening shift also there was 2 questions on rotation. One was based on moment of inertia and the other question which is new for this April shift. In the January shift, we were seeing mostly question based on moment of inertia, especially on cavity. Right, sir? And in this shift, we have seen little bit of more variety. We are seeing question based on Perpendicularis theorem. We are seeing questions on parallax theorem. We are seeing tau equals to I alpha based problem. So these 2 problems are seen, and as I again say, if you know the basic application of these formula, you can solve the questions. But obviously we can conclude one important thing from these analysis. We can leave particular topics in a chapter, but we can't leave a chapter as a whole. Right, sir? So going forward.
The next question was from basically from electrostatics. They have asked the 2 questions. One was very basic question from the potential gradient, like this is the potential between this region. So what's the difference between the given region? So basically it was very straightforward question. Now the next one is, this is very standard question that everyone is doing in the class, and we are finding like where this electric field will be maximum, right? That is plus minus r by 2 we were doing in the class as well. So these are very basic questions they have asked from the electrostatics. The next they have given from the voltage sensitivity from moving coil galvanometer, right?
So moving coil galvanometer, obviously we expect questions coming to be very often from instruments. I think this was a new type of question comparatively. But voltage sensitivity, current sensitivity, we have seen question on current sensitivity in the last January shift. We didn't see question on voltage sensitivity. More or less the concepts are same only. So theta by V, NIAB equals to C theta. So based on this, we did question solving also. So instruments, electrical instruments, we are seeing questions very often. Logic gates is one of the most many time asked topic till now. In like again after units and dimension, if we see one topic, it is logic gates. Right, sir? If you want to add something about it, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah, I will just say like this is the very small topic. Like you can prepare within 20 minutes, even less than 20 minutes. And it's a damn sure in each and every step they are asking the problem based on logic gate, and maximum time they are adding the NOT gate. I mean using NAND NOT, such type of combination they are making, right? So basically it's a very easy problem they are asking from the logic gate. So unit and dimension, error measurement, logic gate, surface tension, such type of basics chapter you need to remember. You have to once go through like a surface level on that one, right?
Right. Exactly, sir. Even I believe that if you want to count on the chapter priorities to prepare for JEE nowadays, units and dimension errors, logic gates, some particular modern physics topics, thermo-D, all these must be your preferred topics. You might be seeing continuous repeated question from these topics every time. Obviously, we understand electrostats is a very interesting, important topic, but that takes time also. It consumes time. Whereas these topics will consume less time and will give you short questions coming from those sections, right? Going forward, magnetic energy density based question again, as we assume and we understand, as a whole, this pura magnetic section, magnetism, EMI, AC, we assume questions coming from there and we have always expected question coming from there. So this time we are seeing one straight based question on magnetic energy density. Thermo-D, as I said, basic formula of adiabatic process based formula question was there.
Equation of state and work done, such type of basic thing they are asking in thermo-D.
So work done, finding the area under the graph of PV graph, question like that, or basic standard question on standard processes like adiabatic, sometimes isothermal, sometimes isochoric, are all preferred topics to go forward for the coming shifts to prepare for. Again, there was one question on standard to find equation of wave. Basic question, knowing the basic formula of equation of wave, we can do this problem. And as we repeat, as I said already, geometry optics, we are finding 2 questions generally in every shift, almost. Last time also in January shift, we said this, that combination of lens or application of lens maker formula or silvering of lens were the important topics to look into, right? This time we found one question was from Prism and one question based on lens maker formula, right? Or maybe power equation actually, but the application of lens maker formula actually. So overall, from my point of view, it's a easy paper, maybe a little bit towards moderate because there were few things which might have confused. These all are analysis based on the memory based question as much we collected. It's around 18 questions we collected, right, sir? And based on that, this is the understanding and the formula that we can take out from this shift 2. So all this from my side. Ashish sir, you want to add something?
Yeah, I just say like we have just taken all this formula. So whoever have the further shift, just once see all these things and just have a go through this. And whatever we are saying in this, like these are the important tick we have to do. So do it before your shift, right? Okay. And all the best from my side. Okay. Thank you.
All the best from my side also. I hope physics, chemistry, maths, all the analysis is done. So this much for today. Thank you so much. Keep joining, keep learning. That's all for today. Let's meet you tomorrow again on the paper discussion of JEE Mains of April 3rd, shift 1. See you all. All the best. Keep doing, keep working, keep going forward. Thank you so much.